Thank you for clicking play on episode 12. Robert, Andrew, Brian, and Jordan via phone sat down this week to go through a few different topics that we hope you'll be interested in. First, we quickly get through some newsworthy topics, like Woody Harrelson joining the cast of the Star Wars Han Solo film, Green Lantern Corps being penned by David S Goyer, which is also likely to feature Jon Stewart Green Lantern as the main character, Peter Dinklage joining Avengers Infinity War in a yet-to-be-disclosed role, and Disney and Lucasfilm announcing their official plans for Princess Leia moving forward. Next, we react to 2 trailers, Alien Covenant and Chips. After that, we give some comic book reviews of some new and ongoing series that we've been reading. And for our big thing, we break down the Nintendo Switch livestream, discussing our outlook on the console and whether we're still in or out on it. And finally, as always, we wrap it up by asking who would win, Deathstroke versus Dr. Octopus. We lose Jordan about 3/4 of the way through due to some technical difficulties, so we don't get his full take on the who would win, but we know for sure who he'd pick. Sit back, relax, and let us fill your ear holes.
Dude, the episode...
And I press play!
Son of a bitch.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Robert.
I'm Brian, brought to you by Carl's Jr., AMC Theaters, Third Eye Comics.
I'm Andrew.
Brian's the only one that showed up like a NASCAR driver this week.
And I'm Jordan.
There we go.
Jordan! And Jordan obviously not with us.
I'm back.
He's back.
I somehow made it off the Death Star.
Nope, Scarif.
Scarif. He was on the planet Scarif.
Try listening to the podcast.
Scarif, whatever, Star Wars mumbo jumbo.
Fuck you.
But unfortunately, you made it off of Scarif in one piece, but you wound up smack dab in the middle of the Deku tree. Well, how did you...
Yeah, but you look out for Goma.
Yeah,
Giant
I don't know.
armored
it was
arachnid.
just a real weird last...
A giant armored arachnid. Have you seen a giant armored arachnid? Arachnid.
I didn't do vocal warm-ups before this. Arachnid.
Giant armored arachnid.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
All right, so we got some news.
Yeah.
We went into this episode thinking that we didn't have any news.
And then
yesterday happened.
Yeah.
First things first, as a transitional news story, Woody Harrelson cast in the Han Solo Star Wars Solo film.
The Solo
anthology Solo film.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now the cast of that film looking better and better.
Yeah.
Every time they
It's
announce
pretty
somebody.
ridiculous.
God damn it.
Yeah. They've added whoever's playing Han Solo, doesn't matter. They have Emilia Clarke, Donald Glover, and now Woody Harrelson. So it's become a high-profile cast list.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible, actually.
Makes you think that the script might be good. That they're all saying yes.
Maybe.
Or they're going, I want to be in Star Wars too.
Woody Harrelson has been in some wildly mediocre films, so that's not necessarily anything. He's a good actor, a great actor even. But
he's also been in the Mockingjay movie and stuff like that.
Okay.
Oh, the
fair
Hunger
enough.
So
Games.
he made a boatload of money doing that.
And he was
So,
like, hey, maybe these huge franchises...
He's either a big fan of Star Wars or he thinks that the script and the story is really good.
I will say,
hopefully...
when it comes to the Hunger Games, I did see the first 2, didn't see the last 2. The reviews that I read for the last ones, like, he was pretty consistently decent in it. Like, his character wasn't, like, obnoxious or anything. Like, he was alright. And, like I said, I saw the first 2, and it was okay. But, yeah, it wasn't like... I don't know. Anyway,
so, Woody Harrelson in Han Solo.
I'm not saying my ass is going to be in the seat for the premiere screening of it, but possibly now.
Might be a Sunday matinee.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Probably not.
Brian, what something has just walloped you as you're on your phone.
Can I?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have breaking news. We've never actually done this. So Disney has made a decision about what they're going to do about Carrie Fisher playing as Leia in episodes 8 and 9. It was reported earlier that they were going to meet to discuss whether they were going to do a CG performance, whether they're going to rewrite her out, and they decided not to do the CG performance, and that they're going to have to rewrite Episode 9, and it likely means that her role in 8 is going to get excised. So we are most likely not going to see her last performance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'll read this off of MovieWeb.
Whoa.
Shortly after Carrie Fisher's death, it was reported that Star Wars 9 director Colin Trevorrow was meeting with Lucasfilm and Disney about a massive Star Wars 9 rewrite, which could also affect Star Wars 8 moving forward. Leia is said to have a bigger role in Episode 8, which was supposed to expand in Star Wars 9. The story has to be rewritten now to account for Fisher's ultimate untimely passing. There are 2 key scenes for General Leia Organa that are spread between Star Wars 8 and Star Wars 9. The first, which features a reunion between Leia and her twin brother Luke Skywalker. This scene, or at least part of it, was already shot. The second key scene involves Leia coming face-to-face with Kylo Ren. It has been reported that some or all of Leia's scenes may be cut from Star Wars 8 so that the story can continue in Star Wars 9, a problem that has not been discussed in any open capacity by Disney or Lucasfilm. There's heavy speculation that the reunion between Luke and Leia comes in the final moments of Star Wars 8, with that being the final scene. If that is the case, this moment may be excised from the movie for the simple fact that they won't be able to continue it in the next chapter. So,
Holy shit.
so that sucks in a way.
Yeah.
It also doesn't suck in a way so that we're not going to get a weird CG Princess Leia, but it sucks that it's possible that all her scenes might get excised, or we'll just have a scene that means nothing. That means nothing towards the plot. I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about that.
That sucks.
Yeah. I mean,
That-
it's clearly
Yeah.
it sucks.
Like,
She's dead. It sucks,
but-
But
Shit, dude.
yeah. I would like to think that at the very least they would include whatever they filmed of her on the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
just
at least
as-
we could.
I'd
we could-
imagine
we could all.
I'd imagine
we could all
they'd
sob
have to.
while we watch the
Yeah.
Luke Leia reunion and then go, huh.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Anyway,
So keeping it in space.
Huh?
burlap.
Keeping the information in space. Green Lantern Corps apparently going to be penned by
We
David
don't
S
know
Goyer.
that that's in space. We don't know that.
And it's going. Apparently, it's going to be From the thing that I read, it said the idea was essentially a buddy cop film.
Yeah.
With Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart for the first time
Awesome.
on screen.
That's going to be really cool.
Yeah. David S. Goyer writing it. How do you feel about that?
I like David S. Goyer for most things.
Okay. Andrew, how do you feel about David S. Goyer?
Yeah, I'm same with Brian.
Okay.
Most things.
Most things.
So I was speaking.
Mostly.
I was speaking with Paul
I
about
like
this.
that story mostly.
I was speaking with Paul about it, and I was like, "Would you like to submit an official comment on David S. Goyer penning the Green Lantern Corps film?" And he said, and I
glowing.
quote, "You can expect all the women in Green Lantern Corps to basically be fucking retarded." Because David S. Goyer has a reputation.
well,
I mean, I don't know.
That was Paul's official comment.
Okay.
I just wanted to put it forth because I asked him if that's something that he wanted to
friend
do.
of the podcast, Paul.
Friend of the podcast. He was on the last episode, so I just wanted to throw it out there for him.
I met the guy once. I had to draw his head. It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, drew his head.
So, we're not getting off the rails at all.
No. He's always his scripts are always okay.
I mean, I really he did Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
Was
he the only
love
one
Man of Steel.
that did Man of Steel?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
He did Blade.
And he did the Dark Knight movies, correct?
Co-wrote.
Yeah.
Okay, so
He had story credits and stuff.
So it's just going to be him
As
Green Lantern.
and I'm assuming Jeff Johns overseeing. So
Did he write by himself Batman Superman?
no,
No,
there was Chris Terrio as well.
Okay, so I mean, there's potential for it to be. Here's hoping it is, because
Yeah.
I mean, I can't see them doing much worse than the last time they took a shot at GL.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
So that's that's that. I just wanted to put that forth because David S. Goyer was he did some sort of interview, and I don't remember what the fuck it was about, but it was the Incredible. They were talking about the Incredible Hulk, and they were talking about She-Hulk, and he was like, "Oh, they only made her so the Hulk could have something to fuck or something like that." Like totally ignorant.
Look, I'm not saying he's not a total tool, because clearly I've seen interviews where he's put his foot in his fucking mouth.
Yeah.
He's a total tool, but he can write fucking some decent superhero.
He didn't
movies.
realize that she was like Banner's cousin.
Right? No,
he had no idea.
Yeah, no,
he was like, "Oh, they just did that so they could have a character from the fuck." Like,
so people can just look at the Hulk and go, "This guy fucks."
This guy fucks.
That's a callback.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so there's that. Jon Stewart. It's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. What do you think they're going to have?
Black Lantern.
Simon Baz.
I'm sorry,
Simon Baz,
Black Green
yeah.
Lantern.
Black Green Lantern.
Not Black Lantern.
Yes.
That's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Um,
And who's I haven't read any of the Green Lantern comics since Rebirth. Doesn't he team up with another?
Simon Baz teams up with a female Green Lantern. I don't
Yeah.
know what her name is.
I need to read that.
Yeah.
But
So moving on from that,
Kyle Rayner.
Peter Dinklage.
The Dink.
Don't stink him.
The Dink has returned to our podcast, at least.
He's gonna. I can't wait to draw his.
He
head.
is reportedly joining the Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
Who's he going to play?
Yeah. I don't know.
Thanos.
They've casted someone for that.
He's gonna do like the face. He's just gonna do the expressions.
I don't know if that's I don't know if that's true, but then again, everything is a rumor right now, so maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
I have
Starting a rumor right now.
I have 3 characters written down.
He plays Thanos' face.
The one I saw that everyone was referring to is Pip.
Pip the Troll,
Yes.
who is tied.
He could possibly be playing Dr. Bolivar Trask.
No,
reprising his role
absolutely
in
not.
10 Days of Future Past.
No.
Linking the universes together, and so on and so forth.
It is not impossible.
Start-
It is so
start that
far.
rumor right
It is
now.
so improbable.
Jordan, I don't want to torpedo
You're
your
gonna hear
dreams
first.
here, but fire torpedo 1 because the ship is sinking on that one. There's a hole in the bow,
It's
and
like-
it is going down.
It's like the Yellow Ranger just showed up with those torpedoes, and
So the 3 characters I have written down,
Those bippity bats.
I have the Watcher,
huh.
yeah.
Ooh.
I have MODOK,
That's
MODOK.
what I hear a lot of.
and
Monarch.
I have Pip the Troll.
Now, isn't MODOK more a
I always saw MODOK as more an X-Men.
X-Man? Yeah.
An
Well,
X-Men.
I was-
But
He's a cat
but he's
villain.
but he's but he's also been a cat villain because he works with AIM.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That MODOK is
Pip,
possible. But
Pip the Troll had a larger role in Infinity Gauntlet itself.
I read that there's a Thanos sub person, whatever, crony named Black Dwarf, which could possibly,
Huh.
although they'd probably have to change the name.
Tony Cox wasn't available. Moving on.
So moving on from that small bit of news, from that,
We're never going to get him on our
some
podcast now.
just some
Tony Cox, I know,
just
dude.
some
How awesome would
short
that be?
news, some short news that we had there, just a little bit.
Can you add a Randy Newman song in post?
I could, but then we'd be sued by Randy Newman's estate because hopefully he's dead.
Peter Dinklage ain't got no right to.
So trailer
Yeah, a couple
reaction.
trailers came out.
Alien Covenant.
It looks
So-
pretty fucking awesome.
We watched the Red Band
All
trailer.
right, yeah, I'll let you guys go first. Okay,
We watched the Red Band trailer.
Yes.
It was pretty brutal.
Jordan, you watched the Red Band trailer?
I did not. I watched
Ooh.
the original trailer.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, there was a lot of blood in ours and almost a butt.
There was a butt cheek. There was
Almost.
a butt cheek.
Actually, no. I must have seen the Red Band trailer because I saw a butt cheek as
You
well.
saw the butt cheek?
Did they say the word fuck?
Alien Covenant butt cheek gate. Hashtag.
Butt. Somebody high five me.
But anyway, it looks very interesting.
Yeah.
I've never been like the biggest fan of the Alien movies, but I think probably now, if I were to rewatch them, I would probably have a new appreciation for them. I've only seen the first one, if I'm going to be completely honest. But
Okay.
Well, that's more
that
than
was
I've
a long,
seen.
long time ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really? You've never seen the Alien?
Never
Yeah.
seen Alien.
That's
Really?
Yeah.
okay. That's
So-
something that's got to be fixed
Yeah.
because at the very least, the first two
Okay.
are considered classics.
Oh, yeah,
in their
I'm
in their
aware.
Okay, well, I'm just making sure.
It's just they're not anything that I've ever been able to say. I've never seen them.
Fair enough.
This trailer looks fucking crazy, but
Oh, it's that scene in the
it's
beginning when the
connected-
guy's like
it's
spazzing.
connected to Prometheus, which I
Right.
watched and thought was a big steaming pile of donkey shit.
So So from the perspective of someone who has seen Aliens, actually all the Alien movies except for the Alien vs Predator movies, because
it was.
I saw those.
Yeah, Jordan. Over the phone, high five, Jordan.
Jordan, you're all right.
All right.
Hashtag I saw those.
Jordan saw those. Jordan done seen that.
So just I saw those.
So this trailer, it looks like a greatest hits to me. It's got a lot of alien
repurposed pieces from other things.
It's got, so just so you understand, in Aliens, the one James Cameron directed, that was the sequel to Alien. They introduced the Space Marines, where when you eventually see this, you're going to see a lot of shit that's been homaged and used in other movies because it was that iconic a thing. And they're clearly in this. There's a drop ship. There's guys with guns, and they've got the inside the drop ship. They're all buckled in, like it just. And then it's got a lot of. It looks like it operates the way the first Alien movie did. There's a lot of things that happen in it, like with the face huggers, with a captain who clearly looks dumb as fuck, and everyone just walks around an alien planet without any sort of protection whatsoever. And there's a thing opening up that looks like it might something jump out, and I'll just put my face in there real quick.
I think he didn't put his dick in it.
Yeah,
that's what I would have done.
That's what I would have done.
Because that guy fucks.
That guy fucks.
But no, so I mean, I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm saying it just looks not great. I don't know, like, and coming off of Prometheus, which was just bad. And so
I watched it having no information. I didn't know Prometheus was connected to Alien at all. I had no idea what I was watching.
But you had seen Prometheus,
yeah,
and you didn't get that it was connected to
Alien.
Alien
At the end, obviously.
At the end,
but
okay.
As I'm watching it, I'm like, what is this? What are we doing?
Right.
And then we get to the end, and I was like, oh, it's a fucking Alien prequel.
Right.
Wow. That would have been nice to know going in.
Right.
Well, or not.
I thought it was very interesting that the way that the trailer started, it was straight horror.
Right.
Yeah. Like, that to me was a straight horror movie.
Right.
And then it kind of turns a little bit. Because would you even classify Alien as a horror film?
Absolutely.
Or would it be more like thriller, sci-fi?
No, Alien absolutely is a horror film.
It's a slasher film in space.
It absolutely is.
I've only ever seen it classified as horror sci-fi.
The second one is definitely an action film.
Action, absolutely.
Yeah. And the third one is a musical. I don't know where they turned. They made the turn.
The third one is just
I'm
showing
excited to get Phil Lucas Savage on here to talk about it, because he's crazy about Alien, as I know Brian is.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get the two of you talking.
Yeah, well, once it comes out, definitely we'll be able to delve into it further. But Rob, you would ask me about Fassbender's character.
Yeah.
So his character in Prometheus was an android, and I'm pretty sure he's an android. I don't think he's the exact same android, but at the end of the movie, you saw his head being taken by Elizabeth. Yeah, Shaw, Shaw's character. So it's possible that's the same character. I don't know, but he's going to be an android no matter what. And the fact that he has different hair means he might be a newer series of the android.
So, but does he wake up in a facility where he was just assassinating people in the 1700s?
So I think you're a little off time-wise. It took place during the Spanish because everyone, he's talking about the Assassin's Creed movie.
I really wish everyone could have seen Rob's face. Was just dying for a rise out of Brian.
Dying for a rise.
So Alien Covenant. So let's move on to the next thing because we got a time crunch.
Yeah. Chips. Did you see this?
Chipes?
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Yeah. Mediocre trailer. Next thing.
It was a mediocre trailer.
It was. Shout out to my boy Michael Pena.
They would have been better served doing a red band.
Yeah.
Alongside because they can't just release just the red
I think
band.
that was dropped on Kimmel officially.
Right.
It
was
fucking corny is the best way to, you know what I mean?
But
it seems like it has some potential.
It does.
I'm sure this is going to be one of those movies where, there are some funny parts, maybe like one or two quotable moments, but otherwise, I think it's just going to be your run-of-the-mill buddy cop funny film.
Michael Pena is fucking hilarious, and so just about everything I've seen him in,
I've loved
him.
I love Dax Shepard too.
And Dax Shepard's a funny guy.
Dude, Dax Shepard. Okay, so Dax Shepard not only produced it and is starring in it, he also wrote it and is directing it.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I had no idea. I saw it on IMDb and I was like, holy shit. Wow, he must have really loved that show in the 70s.
But I can't help but hate him for marrying Kristen Bell, so...
and then she gets to play his wife again in this.
Yeah.
So.
Because they're just that Hollywood couple.
Yeah. It's adorable.
Let's do all the commercials together.
Vincent D'Onofrio's in it.
Yeah,
I know.
Kingpin, yeah.
I
As
love
Kingpin.
him in everything.
Yes,
As
of course.
Wilson Fisk.
Yeah, he's Wilson Fisk, and as a California
All
highway
I
patrol cop.
So what I thought about as I was watching this trailer was, I saw 21 Jump Street already.
Okay, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah,
'cause it seems like the same type of thing.
It seems like the same type of thing. 21 Jump Street and 22, fucking phenomenally
Yeah?
funny.
All right, I gotta see that.
They're fucking really good. And all I was thinking was just like, oh, this is like if you just put
Formula.
Michael Pena and Dak Shepard in 21 Jump Street.
Right.
That's what this is. Because they're cops and one of them is undercover, and it's a whole. There's dick jokes, and the dick joke was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Michael Pena got a dick to the face. That was funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
He didn't want to look at it, but then they were like touching it in the locker room. That was fucking great.
It was like a.
There was like a sound. That was good. So it was a good chuckle, but until there's like more from it,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like not really interested. That was the film. So going back to our 2017 film slate, they bumped King Arthur to Mother's Day weekend and bumped Chips from fucking August all the way up.
To Mother's Day weekend?
No, to March.
Oh, it's a March. Okay.
Chips was originally in August or July, somewhere in the summertime, and they bumped that all the way up into March and moved King Arthur down into May.
Okay. Speaking of March...
Speaking of March...
No, I'm just joking.
No, not yet. We're not speaking of March just yet. Get me all confused.
Can't wait till March.
Lousy smarch weather.
I can't wait till March because it's my birthday month. But anywho...
No, but no one cares about that.
Yeah, no one cares.
Send me free things on the internet.
Don't do that unless you're going to send all of us. Then do it.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
Why Carl?
I mean, my birthday's in
Idiocracy.
April.
Shut up, Jordan.
Because of video.
Don't try to steal my thunder.
My birthday's in May.
Oh, we got my birthday. Bang, bang, bang. We got birthday.
Yeah, when's your birthday, Brian?
Never.
I
don't
It's
know.
like November.
I don't have a birthday.
It was November or something?
Brian
No.
congealed somewhere.
February.
No.
It was sometime.
Okay,
in-
so...
Let us know.
Let us
when
know
you
when
think
Brian's birthday.
Brian's birthday
Let
is.
us know in the comments below.
Thanks for liking. I started laughing.
So something else that we wanted to kind of get into too was
Into
two
Because
We're
ballet.
ballet.
We're a very
we're getting into ballet.
progressive
We're very
Was-
light on our feet.
Was to review a couple comics that we've been reading recently.
Hashtag heavy on our feet.
Heavy on our feet. To review a couple comics that we had read recently, and let you know to go pick them up because we thought they were awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
So Jordan, what comic books have you been reading recently that you want to review or tell us about?
Well, I read 2 of them recently, and I haven't bought comics in a little while, but both of these, seem very interesting. So I picked up Justice League Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, number 1.
So did I. Oh my god, it was awesome.
Oh, it was great.
I'm gonna need to borrow that.
Just talking about it briefly, it's the characters for the Power Rangers based off of the television series, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's the way that they're kind of drawn in their comic book, which I
Yes,
haven't read.
they look exactly like the iterations from the Boom,
actors.
from the Boom comics. Because Boom and
Yeah,
DC
so it was
are
cool.
putting it out together.
It was
Okay.
cool for me reading it because I could hear their voices
Hell yeah.
in my head, like reading it. Like the characters act the way I would envision the characters to act, which is really nice. It starts, showing off Angel Grove, and then it doesn't show Angel Grove, and then you're kind of wondering, well, what happened?
It does
then
and
takes
it
you all the
doesn't?
way back to the beginning.
The only two
So
things it
it's
could
not a
do.
linear. It's not a linear story.
No, so yeah, it shows it in like a crater, like it's like totally gone,
Oh, good.
and you're like, what the fuck? You're like, what the fuck
Yay.
happened?
Did they kill Bulk and Skull?
I'm trying to not spoil some stuff.
Yeah, but if you even pick it up and flip through like the first 3 pages, it's right there.
Oh.
That's true. That's
So
true.
so something.
The plot basically follows Zach, So it's the Black Ranger, and it's kind of about
Whoa.
him. He seems like the standout Ranger in this particular issue.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
He had my favorite weapon, that axe.
Yeah,
that
man.
was cool. That was also a gun, right?
Also, all of the weapons make appearances.
Oh, that's pretty. All right, God damn it! Now I gotta. Is it worth picking up?
Hell yeah.
I'll pick it up.
Oh,
tomorrow.
Like they're going to say it's not.
I don't know, Justice
I
League
like
and
it?
Power Rangers? Nah. Yeah, no, dude, it's awesome.
And
I'll pick it up tomorrow.
I was a little confused. I was like, I don't know if this will work, but seeing them actually interact with each other was very cool.
Definitely.
It from a completely outsider's perspective, was it like how did they get the Justice League to meet the Power Rangers?
So something happens in the command center of the Power Rangers, and I'm not going to spoil what, but then they go to use their teleporting because they can take off to other places, and when they do that, there's something wrong, and because of the thing that's wrong, because of what happened to the command center, Zach gets transported into a different dimension. So he lands in like Gotham City, and there's like 3 or 4 of the Putty Patrol people around him, and he's fighting them off, and then Batman shows up.
Oh, cool.
And it's just like,
And Batman's like, "You seem a bit concussed."
Put the axe.
Slow
Batman's
your
like, put,
roll.
Put the axe down.
Yeah, and Zach's like, "I'll take you out too," and he's like, "All right."
This won't end well for you,
yeah.
but sure.
He thinks that Batman is one of the monsters,
One of the monsters,
which
from
is
the
cool.
Show. Yeah.
that's actually really cool.
He's
I
like,
like
"You're
that
just
a
one
lot.
of Zed's monsters." And Batman's like, "I don't know what the fuck a Zed is, but
I'm gonna kick the shit out of you now.
yeah." He's like, got him like on the
The
ground.
Canadian way to say Z.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And
British.
it's got a very cool cliffhanger ending
Yes.
for the first issue.
Yes, because
And it makes you go, I want more right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when Batman actually rips Zach's throat out through his mouth.
No, the other Power Rangers show up.
Oh.
And then he rips all their throats,
Throats
out.
out through their mouths.
No, he throws them into the sun.
That's so stupid. Batman can't do that. God.
So
you
Jordan,
know, Rob, you really got to think about these things.
The second book that I picked up was All-Star Batman, issue number 6,
Okay.
Is that
which
Scott
is the new
Snyder?
jumping on
Yeah.
point.
Nice.
it's the
I read the
it's
first
the
2
beginning
issues
of the second.
All-Star. I haven't caught up, so I figured this would be a good point to pick up.
Okay.
And it's a very, very cool story. It's different. There's no word bubbles. It's basically written in prose.
Well, it's Scott Snyder. I trust him with especially with Batman.
Yeah.
And the art is done by Jock.
Oh.
It's
So
also-
Is it exclusively
So-
Jock?
it's the same team as Witches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So is it-
well, it's the same team as Black Mirror.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's Francavilla, I think his last name is.
Mm-hmm.
Is All-Star Batman like
But-
a yearly one-off, or it's
It's just another run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
I
like
I
the,
think
there's like the Rebirth run,
So,
and then
so the
there's All-Star.
concept of All-Star Batman is to take him out of Gotham City and take the characters, and it's
put 'em
kind
in
of
the
like
All-Star
in its own
game?
continuity. So it's not going to be held down by New 52 or Rebirth or whatever, which I thought was pretty cool. Like, this issue is a one-shot, and it's about Mr. Freeze.
Oh shit! Really?
How far did?
Yeah.
God damn. How far did Batman get in the home run derby? I want to know that.
7.
Thanks,
Batman
Martin.
got to 7.
Thanks, Martin.
You're welcome. Shout out to Martin. So the first arc of All-Star Batman was Two-Face, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, I gotta read that.
And that was cool because it pitted them on like a road trip across the country because Two-Face was trying to release secrets, and Batman handcuffed Two-Face to deliver him safely. And Two-Face said, "Okay, I have dirt on everyone in the country, and anyone that kills me and kills Batman, your secrets will be safe. But if Batman delivers me safely to wherever he's taking me, I'm going to release all of this information."
Nice.
So it's like Midnight Run.
But with Two-Face and
Yeah.
Batman.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah. Sold.
Now there's this one line, and it's used to describe Mr. Freeze, and it kind of floored me.
Cool.
It's the Ice Age.
Because it's a very interesting way of putting it.
What is it?
So he hears Mr. Freeze. So the whole first page is Batman coming into this room in the middle of nowhere. It's a giant blizzard. You know, he's decked out in this crazy costuming, and all you hear is Mr. Freeze say, like, he hears a voice, and the way that he described it was, and it sounds more than a voice. It sounds like a transmission.
Okay. Because he's got the mechanical suit, right? So it's like...
Yeah,
okay.
but also it's just like the way that he was portrayed, like the character, he's dead on the inside. And I thought, like, he's not talking as a human anymore. He sounds so robotic and so cold that I thought that was a very interesting way of describing his tone.
Yeah, that's not any way that I've had him described before, as far as I know. So
No.
that's interesting.
I'm not going to be able to read that.
So
I
I
just think, cool.
Cool. He's very cool. He was wearing different costuming because it's cold.
Kick some ice.
So nobody else has any comics to review except me.
Yeah,
Andrew's going to throw some off the dome, apparently.
Yeah, what's up? Fucking, yeah.
That's Happy Halloween, and we're going to fucking cut it.
Go ahead. Oh, me?
Did you want to? You don't have
I'm going
to.
to present like a book report.
He didn't read the book. He read the first chapter, and he's going to just tell us about
I'm just
it.
going to go off the cover. Well, if I had to review one, I chose Manifest Destiny as the book I would like to review. I liked this book.
It's a very good book. Lots of things happen in it.
It is historical.
Did it have pretty pictures?
Hysterectomal fiction.
Revisionism.
Manifest Destiny.
Manifest Destiny, yeah. It's... I feel bad I can't remember the writer or the artist off the top of my head. But
Dingus? Right?
I think Wingus. Wingus and Dingus.
Mumbo and Jumbo.
God damn it. No, that's his fucking name. I have it right here.
But, yeah, it's a retelling. It's a historical fiction of Lewis and Clark.
It's fucking Chris Dingus and Matthew Roberts.
And some other guy.
And some other guy. Owen Gianni.
Their guy's name is Wingus.
And Dingus. Either way, they put together one hell of a comic.
It might be Dingus.
It's I
He
love
doesn't want to be Dingus.
to
so
start
it's Dingus.
to start off with. I love the art.
Yes, dude.
It's a very unique art style. I want to say it's done in marker. It looks like most of it's done by hand. And
Yeah.
that or however they're going through on the computer. However they're going through on the computer gives it a really hand drawn look, which I think really fits the tone of the whole story.
What's it about, Andrew?
Well, it's if you had been listening 10 seconds ago, Rob. it's Lewis and Clark. It's a historical fiction of Lewis and Clark setting out and
We don't know that it's historical fiction.
we can't prove it.
Yep.
So basically, what happens in it is Lewis. Like the reason everybody knows what Lewis and Clark did was because is it Lewis that kept the book or was it Clark?
Don't remember.
One of them keeps a journal and tells you like what's happening day by day.
Wait.
They keep a journal and tell you what's happening day by day. But then in this comic, he's keeping the journal of the official record, and then he's keeping the journal of what's actually happening because there's tons of strange supernatural and crazy monsters and shit.
The reason France gave the U.S. such a great deal
On the
was
Louisiana Purchase.
because everything west of the Mississippi is full of
Horror.
just the most disturbing shit. Like
Unspeakable horror.
If I can say one thing, it is fucking brutal.
It is.
And that's
This
it. Don't say
comic.
anything more.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
read it.
If I could say one thing,
They're
Also, Sacagawea is awesome.
yeah. They made
everybody's
Sacagawea
great.
like fucking
badass.
badass.
And
Yeah.
I read up to the third
Volume?
volume, and the ending on that one, I don't
The
think...
fourth volume is available.
I wonder what the third volume's like.
I own it. I haven't read it yet. I've owned it for a while. And I
I'm
haven't
sorry,
read it yet.
I haven't let Brian borrow it, but it is good.
It's very good.
It
I
is
like
good.
it. Read
And that-
Manifest Destiny.
And in conclusion,
I would like to say that this book will take you on an imaginative journey through history. Thank you. Brought to you by the refreshing taste of 7-Up.
So I have two really quick that I want to go through. The first,
Fucking nailed it.
I read a delightful Marmaduke. Continue.
Let me guess, he ate a pie off a windowsill.
Oh my God, did he?
Because he's
And
a tall dog.
He's so huge.
those Great Danes. Can't live with them. Can't
Never heard of
enter
a-
them into a fighting pit.
Never heard of a small Dane.
He's a
True.
big dog, and that went on
Only-
for like 20 years.
Only heard of great ones.
So
No lessers.
the first one I want to fucking review is
Sorry.
Marvel Now's Venom
Oh.
by Mike Costa and Gerardo Sandoval.
Ooh.
It's the cover. The initial cover is really cool. If you can see Venom #1, it's I can't even really describe it. It's just all Venom with all the symbiote tendrils coming off of him and shit. Is really sweet. But the basic premise of it is that the symbiote merges with a truly evil guy, and the symbiote itself regrets it and wants to
That's
split
actually
from
pretty
him,
cool.
and the guy won't let him because he wants to use him to become a like fucking underground warlord or something. It's fucking nuts.
That's pretty cool.
He like uses it as leverage when he's fucking in meetings with people and shit. It's nuts. So the other one that I have, because that was basically all I had to say about Marvel Now Venom, is called Moonshine by Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Rizzo.
I like Brian Azzarello.
Brian Azzarello is a fucking fantastic writer.
Yeah.
And the more I read of this comic, it's got 4 issues out currently, the more I love this dude's artwork because he does the coloring as well. And every page or so has like a theme color that everything is based in.
Ooh.
So like every time you turn one, it's like everything's cream, everything's purple, everything's green, everything's orange. It's fucking really neat to look at. But so basically my 2-word sale of Moonshine goes like this: Prohibition, werewolves.
Sold.
Right?
That sounds awesome.
Because
That's what I said. Sold.
because and then the name Moonshine itself. Bless you.
Bless you.
The name Moonshine itself, because obviously that's the alcohol that they were producing during Prohibition, but also werewolves come out in the fucking moonshine.
Oh, I'm looking at the art right now. It's like a mix of it's like a Tim Sale meets Frank Miller thing going on.
Sure.
Trust me.
I know. Sure.
And that's really cool.
Isn't it fucking cool?
It's really cool.
So basically, the basic premise is that some Italian guy from New York named Lou Pirlo is sent by the mob to secure hooch from the country bumpkins in West Virginia, and things go awry. Is Lou himself the werewolf, or is it the old redneck he's trying to get the hooch from?
Redneck.
You-
Calling it.
Probably right, as I read issue 4, but we're not sure still because it ends with in such a way that you really don't know who the fuck is doing this. It seems as though whoever drinks a specific batch of the moonshine is able to transform. At
Oh,
night.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
So,
cool.
dude, it's a really fucking awesome book with some crazy. Like, dude, the artwork just takes it to such a different level. And like, there's in issue 4, he grabs a Tommy gun because there's the werewolf behind him, and he fucking pumps it full of lead. And then later on, you figure out who that werewolf was, and he's like still alive and shit. So
That's pretty cool.
so it's a really awesome book that I definitely recommend. And I picked up the first one straight off of the fucking cover because I was like, that looks cool. And then the girl at Third Eye was like, well, that's number 4.
Oh, okay.
But the girl at Third Eye was like, dude, it's Prohibition and werewolves, dude. And I was like, fucking I'm in. Let's get both of them.
That's really all you need to say.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
And Moonshine, like it came to me yesterday, Moonshine,
Right.
werewolf
Yes.
in the moon,
Because
didn't fucking occur to me at all.
shine.
Right, because the
Yeah.
werewolves are notorious for shiny shoes.
Yeah. You leave your shoes out and they fix them.
Werewolves, notorious cobblers.
I don't get it.
So there's another breaking news thing.
What?
Andrew is far stupider than we thought. It's like
Ladies and gentlemen, this just in.
just so tragically dumb.
You stupid fuck! You thought it was a thing.
Hi, everybody.
Oh shit!
We all love each other here.
So the comic book reviews.
I'm just gonna not put Brian in the next picture, or I'm just gonna replace him with a giant watch. Tune in to find out.
That watch was awesome.
It
you.
was. So
Greatest troll I've ever been the victim of.
So,
you.
so Moonshine by Brian Azzarello. Go pick that up.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Piece of shit.
hopefully there's one or two left in that arc, and then that will be put into a $9.99 trade paperback that I could buy and force everybody to read.
Or I could give you money, you could buy it for me too.
I could do that as well.
Thanks, babe.
So, Jordan, if you'd like to switch gears.
Switch!
Gears of War?
No, not on that. Not on this console. But if you'd like to switch gears,
Switch!
switch. The Nintendo Switch live stream was last night at 11 p.m.
It was.
It was.
So
Two of us watched it live. High five. Two of us
Hashtag
watched it live.
two of us
Hashtag
watched
two
it
of us
live.
Hashtag ain't nobody got time for that.
Fuck you.
Hashtag I woke up at 6.
Yeah, he did not have time for it, but he made time.
I literally forgot about it, and then realized when it was far too late, and then was like, I'm sure there'll be articles tomorrow. And then I found that thing that was like, I'm going to condense that hour and a half thing into 12 minutes.
The thing
It was an hour.
I was gonna do that, but then I was like, I know there's gonna be little weird hiccups and things, and I was not disappointed. There was some
Andrew
weirdness.
took some notes for us on his watching the Nintendo Switch live stream.
I was going to skip it, but then I was like, I'm not going to be the asshole that skipped it. And it turns out that half the gang skipped it. So
No, well, we all know what happened in it because we all watched the 12-minute video. So we got the basic broad strokes here.
Right.
Switch
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Switch it.
All right. So right off the bat, they're just using the word "switch" way too fucking much.
Nintendo Switch.
Like
That's their gimmick.
He said
That's switch.
he said
So many
he kept
syllables.
saying, so let's switch to this.
Yeah.
Let's switch. And I was about ready to jump through the fucking screen like, I swear, motherfucker, one more fucking time.
Say switch again.
Switch
But
again.
now,
If you grab him by his
always
shirt and you say, if you say
associate
switch
the
one more
word
time, and he's like,
switch
we need
with
to
Nintendo.
switch it out of this.
And then you're just like in a field by yourself, like, how'd he do that?
And then it's like God of War, just red comes down over my vision and pummels him into
And then he
oblivion.
switches your places with somebody else.
And then Brian's in the ocean.
Why is he like a warlock now?
Anyway,
Because he did a
So-
Nintendo thing. I don't know.
so I found it very interesting. It was a very interesting hour.
That's always a cop-out word for how you really feel.
No, it was. It was a very interesting. I mean, it was a mixed bag. I'm not gonna lie. There was shit that I saw. I was like, I have no fucking interest in.
Like what?
This game.
That Zelda game?
This game, Arms.
I thought Arms looked.
Arms looks cool.
I feel like it would be fun for a while. You'd probably play.
It's going to be like
beat it.
Wii Sports.
1-2 switch does nothing for me.
1, 2, switch.
Is that the dual game?
Yeah,
the
that's
game.
where you like the
It's-
quick draw. And
It's the game where there's a bunch of stuff where it's two people.
I
facing
want
off.
to play the duel
quick draw.
so bad.
The thing is, that's
You
gonna
can
be,
do that right now.
Yeah, but there wouldn't be something that would be a clear-cut winner.
Yeah,
unless
you
you
get
have
a
a real
fucking
gun.
stopwatch.
That's not fun.
Well,
How is it? You're not even looking at the screen. You're looking at each other with the controller. Like, what the fuck?
yeah, but that's
Yeah, but you could dress up.
Nintendo has now cemented themselves as beyond just video games.
Yeah.
because that's a party game. Everyone's gonna play that.
You're
It's
going to
be
get
like the
drunk
Wii. Yeah.
at somebody's house, namely
Someone's-
here, and
and then you're gonna cry, and then we're gonna play Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch it.
Switch.
I'm not saying that's not going to happen. I'm
Hashtag
saying that's
switcheroo.
not a great selling point.
No, that's not. And that's the thing.
No.
That's
See,
not
that's the
only
thing.
selling
They
point,
didn't
though.
use it as a selling point. They used it as a.
It's like, hey, this is a neat thing
They-
for the Switch.
But wait, there's more. That was it.
They absolutely did use it as a selling point. They said, here are two games that are going to make exclusive use of the
Joy-Con.
Joy-Con.
And if you
it's-
enjoy the Joy-Con, that's what you use them for. They're giving you a way to use the technology that they created specifically
I'm
for the
just saying,
Switch.
they absolutely use that as a selling point.
You ready for that for the next like 45 minutes?
The console looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie. To me, it looks like everything that the Wii didn't do, this will, and it makes sense. They learned from the Wii and the Wii U.
Was there anything to learn from the Wii U other than don't make the Wii again?
Right.
Well, the console, the handheld,
the game controller,
the game controller concept, I think, is what they took from that. But they were like, how do we make this better?
Well, the cool thing they were saying is they've taken something from every single Nintendo system and put it
I
together.
thought that was
to
cool,
make
showing
this.
the progression.
Yeah, that was definitely cool. That was definitely.
Of course, all they said about the GameCube is, "We put a handle on it."
Wait, I wrote that down somewhere. Hang on. I'll find it. Oh yeah, fucking. My notes are
you didn't find
No,
it?
no.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna give you time.
It was like. We added for the Nintendo. They had 2 controllers that came with it. The Super Nintendo had the extra buttons, and so on and so forth. GameCube had a pretty sweet handle, right?
Right.
And then it was like the Wii.
What the fuck?
The GameCube was awesome. That's all you would say.
Had
GameCube
some
was
pretty
awesome.
good processing power for what it was.
Wasn't it the strongest out at the time? The most powerful at the time?
I don't know
Or
if
maybe
it was.
Xbox was.
The Xbox might have been, yeah.
The X-Pro is always really strong.
I'm sorry. So, please continue.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a couple of things I had from my notes. There was a lot of crazy lights and music. About 500 old Asian men in suits, and it was all very quiet.
That's how the Japanese show respect. They stay quiet.
But getting to actual
Shameful display.
getting to actual to meat and potatoes of this, they are going to have between now and I think it's fall of this year when it comes out all
Kobe
on
beef.
I'm paleo. Can we get rid of the potatoes, please?
So on this paleo diet that we're on,
No. It doesn't come out in fall. It comes out March 3rd.
no.
Switch it.
So when it comes out, release date March 3rd. It's going to retail for about $299.99.
So $300.
29,980 yen. for our Swedish.
For our Swedes who live in Japan.
Yeah. Fuck.
Jesus Christ, Andrew. Congratulations, we've broken Rob.
Yeah, I did it.
Why do the Swedish need to know the yen?
I did it, guys.
How is that easier than the dollar?
Good night, everybody.
And click.
But
What the fuck? Oh my god.
they are going to have online gaming. It's going to be all online is going to be free until
the
fall of
Yes.
2017.
And you're gonna pay. Don't think you're gonna pay.
One of the coolest things.
Don't think you're not gonna pay.
There's no region locking.
Right.
Yeah, that was
That's-
something that I saw. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So any game, that any European games that are going to be because that's the whole thing. Like,
When you play online,
yeah,
you're not going to be blocked off by region.
except Germany because they are very strict with censorship. It's
And
weird.
probably China. Will the Japanese sell it to China, though?
I would imagine.
Will they allow China to have it?
Yes.
Well, China's killing us, Andrew.
China.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Always comes back to that.
Channel
Anyway.
Dump
So-
version 2.
So what did you guys think about the HD Rumble feature?
that was
Because I didn't really understand that.
No, well, that's because in the condensed version, they didn't explain why he was talking about it. He was just like, it feels like an ice cube in the grass.
That was pretty much what it was in the uncondensed version as well.
the
I was
whole
like,
thing.
what does that even mean?
It's a pretty interesting idea. Especially for the game coming out of Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
I never played Splatoon, but just think of it
I've
like
heard a lot of great things.
I've
about
heard it's supposed to be phenomenal.
addictive.
Friend of the
fuck out of
podcast, Al Ferrick,
Shout out
loves
Splatoon.
Splatoon.
Well,
Something fierce.
a cool idea would be you have like paint guns, and the way to tell that your gun is running low would be it doesn't feel like there's a lot of paint left in it. You know what I mean? Something
okay.
along those lines. Or when for the 1-2 switch. The sword fighting. The sword fighting game where you can feel the impact of the swords.
That's going to be
things
fucking
like that.
crazy.
That's
Apparently,
cool. Absolutely cool.
It had a sensor in it that you can do rock, paper, scissors and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah. Like, it can recognize a rock, paper,
Yeah,
scissors.
like the
People
image
just said,
scan
"Switch it."
thing, and it can tell how far away something is.
Yeah.
There's going to be Wi-Fi and, of course, touchscreen. You can do 8 systems hooked up locally, wirelessly. There's going to be the 3 different modes.
That's when
of
you
course.
can bring it to the basketball court.
Yeah, and play basketball while you're playing basketball. Switch.
Remember when Brian wanted to go to the basketball court to play it?
Remember, Brian?
So what other features are there?
There's going to be the TV mode, the tabletop mode, which is when you just take the little screen out, and that's pretty much going to be the 1-2 switch mode, I imagine. And then, of course, handheld mode. Depending on the game, battery life anywhere between 2.5 to 6.5 hours.
Okay.
For those of you who can't see what we're doing, which is all of you, these two are like pigs and shit right now doing this Switch fucking thing because I cannot do a flat face more than when they do that.
He looks like he's asleep.
Brian, I can't wait until we play once we switch together.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be drunk.
It's gonna be great.
I really can't wait.
I'm
That's
gonna
gonna
have
be
to be
fucking
drunk
exciting.
for that. Anyway, so continue, Andrew.
They went on for quite a while about the Joy-Con controllers that...
They're attached to the controller thing,
Yeah, the grip, the Joy grip.
Yeah.
and that comes with it. Or you could take them off, and each one can be
Easily.
used as its own controller.
And it's cool, the actual...
Shoulder buttons.
The things that actually hook into it are the shoulder buttons,
Yeah.
and that comes... It looks like a little jam, you know?
Little gamepad.
Thank you. NFC read and I believe it's the right one comes with an NFC reader for the Amiibo.
Yes.
There's going to be a screenshot button on one of them. There's going to be the camera
I think on the right one it's the Amiibo thing, and on the left one
is the
it's the
screenshot.
screenshot
It's-
button.
and the home button on the right
and
one.
the home button. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is a really sweet feature. And then they said in the future there's going to be the with the screenshot button you'll be able to record the game
Video,
like video of it.
and post it to all, and it's going to be connected to all your social media.
Yeah.
Independent left-right motion within each of the controllers, basically like super Wiimotes,
Yeah.
which is cool.
They're not super touchy and don't pick up anything.
Yeah. Sharing the joy is what they dubbed it. Because they're Joy-Con.
Joy-Cons.
Yes.
Joy controllers. Enjoy controllers.
Let the
Yes.
memes begin.
Oh, wow. I'm excited for that.
I'm excited to switch it up.
So the games. So is all those the features? Or can we get into the games?
That's
or?
pretty. That's all
Okay,
the
so
features. That's all the features for the controller.
Well,
yeah.
it comes with the console,
Yeah.
the Joy-Con itself,
The base.
the dock, the base. There's like 8 or 9 things that
The
come
wrist
with
straps.
it. The wrist straps that look pretty sweet, and then they have the hard punch buttons that you can
Yeah.
actually like click them
And
with.
the so-called the Pro controller, which is your typical.
But that's different.
that comes separately. But that looks like it's basically like a 360 controller.
And it's going to be $70.
Really?
$70.
$70.
That's going to be a
Goddamn.
while to get that.
Be prepared to spend thine money.
Yeah, but if they give you the other thing, you don't need that one.
No, I'm not. Fair enough, but
But it only comes with the one set of Joy-Cons.
Some people
right?
like the
Yeah.
feel of what a standard gamepad is now, like the DualShock or the Xbox. You know,
360 controller is probably my favorite controller.
I like both of them.
Yeah.
The DualShock's good too.
I like the DualShock.
Yeah. Anyway,
But on to games. We talked about the 1-2 Switch, the portable party games. That's all going to release alongside.
The ARMS game is a boxing thing, right?
Yeah, that's going to be one of the launch games. It's a game called ARMS, made in-house by Nintendo. It's basically a boxing first-person shooter game where all the boxers have springs for arms.
Yeah.
It looked, some of the demo they were playing, it looks pretty fast-paced, fun. The graphics are beautiful,
Yeah.
which they ought to be for an
Yeah,
next-gen console.
I'm just waiting for like something to go terribly, horribly wrong in someone's living room
Oh, a lot of people
as
get
they're
punched.
throwing punches.
and I was triggered because it was a girl getting hit, and
You
that,
know that our
that is
Hey, did you just assume her
absolutely
gender?
unacceptable.
our lion's share of female listeners wouldn't like that either.
So,
And then we just lost all of them. Right now, they just tuned out.
Lion's share? What the fuck? Click because
lionesses share, please.
Yeah, see.
But it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's not a line.
Check
That's
your zoological privilege, okay?
Thank God.
Hashtag zoological privilege.
there it is.
Switch.
So that game looked pretty interesting.
Sure.
Of course, Splatoon 2, and that dude. He was having a blast up on stage.
He was having a blast making the 2. He was trying to make a 2 with his body.
But it was so quiet because no one could cheer or anything. Right. So it was just this guy like, "Hey, everybody, check this out!" And then silence for a few seconds.
Yeah, it's like the guy who came out for Travis Touchdown, the next Travis Touchdown game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, he came out like screaming something, and he's like, "What? Nothing? No, really? Okay."
Was that Suda 50? Yeah, that was Suda 51.
Yeah,
and
Suda
then he
51.
comes out, he's like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "Okay, that didn't go well."
Chirp, like, just...
he comes, I think actually, right, yeah, Suda 51 translator.
I just know someone was just going, "Shameful display."
Suda 51 translator sucks.
Yeah, that guy that did not know what the hell was going on.
Because he was like, he probably was a little surprised by the, "What's going on?" And so he stumbled a lot.
Yeah, he did. But I know, I saw on Destructoid, looking on the article, there are a lot of people who love the game No More Heroes, which is what...
No More Heroes is cool.
And they're like super psyched for another game with that character. So
No More Heroes is definitely, it's a really out there concept game.
We can kind of move on to the bigger games.
Of course, the one, it's oddly enough not out till holiday season. Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Which had a little tinge of Sonic Adventure.
Weird game.
Yeah. I'm interested. And
Yeah,
there's like
interesting.
new planets
Absolutely.
that he's going to, I guess.
I heard someone compare it to Grand Theft Auto.
A little bit.
Dude, that'd be sweet.
I'm walking here.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that, it's just someone took out Mario's dialogue and replaced it all with "I'm walking here" from Midnight Cowboy. It's great.
Yeah, that was odd seeing Mario in... I don't know if it's Earth, New York, or if it's... I mean, obviously it looks like New York, but, you know...
Mario's
I don't like
3
how...
feet tall.
Yeah, all Italians are short fucking plumbers, I guess. It seemed like the more he ran around, and this was Paul's joke, it seemed like the more he ran around and didn't do anything game related, it was just like he was going to have to get he's going to have to get a job with like a construction company or something.
Yeah.
Which goes along with the "I'm walking here."
A pretty game. It looks very pretty.
Yeah.
Every game they've shown looks gorgeous.
I thought it was really cool when they showed the one of the bosses that he would have to fight like in New York, but was like wrapped around like the fucking Empire State Building.
Oh yeah, that was
sweet.
Weird. Yeah.
But otherwise, I was just kind of like, this is all very strange.
Yeah. Very.
But they're porting Skyrim, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, portable fucking Skyrim.
And I think it's the remastered Skyrim.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
it's got to be.
So they're Skyrim for the fucking
Scrim.
for the Nintendo.
And here I have in all caps fucking Skyrim, and then in parentheses portable for like 3 hours.
Right.
The thing is, it's a game that you're gonna want to. You'll be playing like, oh, I'm gonna go make some food and then take it with you and play it there. I'm gonna go take a dump and then you take it with you and you play.
That's the most exciting thing about this whole concept.
I see the dump playing. I don't see so much while you're making food.
Yes.
You have to use your hands to make food.
Not if you switch.
Something else I wanted to talk more about the hardware. During the Treehouse live stream that was earlier today.
Yeah, I missed that.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is going to run.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's going to run at 1080p at 60 frames per second.
All right, so it is confirmed that it's at 1080p then.
That is.
I figure with an HDMI cable that
when you're playing it on the go, the resolution is going to drop to about 720p.
Of course, but when you're on your TV,
720p.
Yeah, I know.
What are we in the Stone Age?
I mean,
potato fishing, mom.
Yeah, it's got the HDMI cable, so.
Fucking bitch, 720.
What is this, 1959?
I'm glad it's in color.
I wish I had seen that. I want to see someone playing Super Mario. We didn't get anything about the Super Mario Kart game except little glimpses here and there, and it looked fucking great.
Well, I played Super Mario 8 on the Wii U, and it was awesome. It was great. It was so much fun, and I can't wait to see. This is This is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Deluxe. Oh,
so I guess
it's just So they've already the version that they showed is a game that already exists.
Yeah, but I imagine this is going to be.
So.
This is probably going to be all the DLC plus. I mean, I'm sure.
Well, it looked fucking great.
Yeah.
The last Mario Kart game I played was Double Dash. So
another great. And you could take that shit on the go with you with that handle on the GameCube. Yeah.
So you can switch it up.
We've almost hit as many times as they've said switch.
Well, that's what I was going for. Considerably shorter.
So Super Mario Odyssey, it looks okay. I mean, it looks very pretty, and I don't know what to make of it. I mean, it's an amped up Mario 64. You know,
I'm sure it will be fun,
and
as are all Mario.
And then
games.
there's that horrible monstrosity that is sitting atop his head now.
Oh yeah, that
Hey, you
weird.
could throw his hat.
And then you can jump on it, and
it's
slowly.
and it's evidently alive.
That wasn't real. That picture.
No, but the eyes are.
Oh, the eyes. Oh, it does
damn
have
it.
eyes.
It does have eyes.
It does have eyes. I forgot. Yeah.
It was like 3/4 of the way through that commercial, and then suddenly Mario's hat sprouts eyes as you're looking at him, and you're like, "Wait,
Wait, what now?
he was just jumping on that earlier."
Yeah, he doesn't give it. He's thrown all over the place. He has no regard for that hat's well-being.
And apparently the hat's sentient. So
So
hashtag sentient hat.
hashtag a really cool hat. So
And then there were a bunch of RPGs.
yeah, a bunch of and speaking of Skyrim and some of the other third-party games, they're going to have Dragon Quest 10 and 11, which I never played the Dragon Quest
I
games.
think
but I
another
heard they're
Fire
good.
Emblem game.
Fire Emblem Warriors,
Xenoblade.
Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2.
All this shit I do not give a fuck about.
A new Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh,
which I
Shin
never
Megami
played.
Tensei.
One game where it's like the so-called 2.5D, where it looks like little sprites.
Oh yeah, that actually I wouldn't play it, but that looked really cool.
Well, it's Square Enix.
It looked really cool.
Octopath Traveler.
Octopath Traveler. That looked really cool the way they did that.
A bunch of stuff Sega. I wrote, whoa, Sega. And also, the dude that came out on behalf of Sega looked like he worked for fucking Sega.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
with his deep V and
Yeah.
his shaved head and a big
Yeah.
like necklace.
Right.
That motherfucker was Sonic the Hedgehog incarnate.
Do you think his ringtone is Sega?
And then FIFA. Wow. All right.
They bring out the two guys, and the one guy's...
Andrew wrote
Can I just-
Madden and crossed it out and wrote FIFA.
I was just really glad as I'm watching EA and they're like in the most popular sports game. I'm like, please don't be Madden. Please don't be Madden. Like FIFA. I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah, I wrote
FIFA is the most popular sports game.
Yeah,
It's
No, it is because it's the most popular sport in the world.
I wrote Madden before because I just assumed.
Right. Same
Yeah.
here. That's why I kept saying, please no, not Madden.
oh, Siri Medican. You switch.
Another cool thing that our boy Reggie brought up.
Oh, Reggie Phil Zame.
Something, I don't know. He's
His
got
name is Reggie Fills Us In. Is that what his name is?
Yeah, it could be.
Reggie Fills In.
A cool thing that he was talking about is there's going to be 6 different cities hosting a test drive.
I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot.
Yeah.
So I looked that up.
Yes.
DC. February
Get the fuck out of town.
February 12th.
We would have to go.
So go get in line now.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
I can guarantee you there is some unemployed ass who is already in line at the DC Convention Center.
Wearing like a big...
have to watch it.
I'm gonna be the first to play it.
Well, we could all go play it and then do a report. And then get
Yeah, I'm not
free-
waiting in line for that. Sorry.
All right, fuck you. I'll
Guess
do
we'll
it.
have to go switch it up.
Look, it's very cool, but it's absolutely not worth waiting in however many hours it
Yeah.
would be to play it. That,
Unless they
like-
made it like a big event.
It'd be like
that's not just
It'd be like
playing
when they ration the internet in South Park. You got 12 seconds.
You go and jerk off.
Yeah.
There was a ghost.
ectoplasm.
Let's talk about them.
But yeah, it's obviously New York, DC, I believe we're at San Antonio, Toronto.
I knew Toronto was going to be in
Yeah,
there.
and then I can't remember what the 5th and 6th were, but yeah,
that's-
it's going all over the place.
So, yeah,
But DC, so
Nintendo's not.
so if
fucking
you're
around
in
with
the
this.
Mid-Atlantic region, you can conceivably play the Switch before it comes out.
Come meet your favorite pop culture shock
Head cannoneers.
cannoneers, like Brian.
Sweet.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
But
And-
not
Oh, Jordan.
because no.
Oh yeah, Jordan's here too.
For a while, I didn't know if he was here. I kept checking my phone to see if he was still connected.
You can come meet Rob, Brian, Andrew, and the rest.
We'll be those 4 awkward guys standing aside, hoping somebody comes to talk to us,
And you'll know it's us because we'll be giggling to each other in a small group.
and we'll be holding Jordan's speaker and phone.
Jordan, you got to see it. It's a convention center.
So before we get to the big thing for Nintendo Switch, Jordan, did you have anything you wanted to add? Any thoughts? Any games you'd like to see?
He's gonna say Resident Evil.
I think it's a cool.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a cool concept. I'm not a big Nintendo guy. I haven't been since the GameCube,
Yeah.
so.
Understandable.
But I mean, I'm interested. I'm way more interested than I have been in years. So
Yeah.
it'll be cool to see like what they come up with.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad to see the big game that will be launching
Yeah.
alongside the Switch.
The big game, the next Kirby.
Peach Dragon, everybody. Peach Dragon, the revival of Peach Dragon. It's back.
The remastered edition of Kid Icarus.
Wait. Not gonna lie, both of those would be cool.
But I should say before we move on, like there's going to be new editions of Tetris, new editions of Bomberman.
Oh, really? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was in one of the little clips you saw. Is people playing on the portable.
The question is, are you ready to make the switch?
A new Sonic the Hedgehog, which I imagine
Yes.
is Sonic Mania
Yeah, that looks cool.
coming over to it. Which
Sonic
is like
Mania gonna run wild, brother?
But yeah, so on to the big game.
One.
Duck
Super
Hunt.
Bowl.
Duck Hunt, yes. Duck Hunt
Duck Hunt.
So the big game, the big reveal,
is obviously
The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Oh my god! Watching that trailer, literally,
a very good trailer.
literally gave me chills watching it because this one, other than the fact that the game itself looks absolutely beautiful,
Yeah.
it looks like a mix of like Skyward Sword meets Wind Waker, almost graphically.
I would put it actually more that it looks like Twilight Princess meets
Yeah.
Wind Waker. Because anyway, continue.
Well, no. What were you gonna?
What were you gonna say, Brian?
It's a beautiful trailer, but I found it a bit derivative. It did. It looked like they mashed up Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, especially that part where you see Hyrule Castle getting taken over by, and it looked cool. Whatever that thing was, that really reminded me of the Twilight zones that were in Hyrule.
The smoke monster.
Yeah, that's something else.
Oh.
We still don't really
Yeah.
know what the fuck. But watch Lost. No, I have to say, from the earlier trailers, I was thinking like it looked amazing to me, and now that we've gotten close-up looks of how the characters look, it's not so much for me anymore because I don't really, and it's just a personal thing. I don't like the cell shading. Mario and other games can have a nice cartoony look. I don't want my Zelda games to have a cartoony look. So, and while I've heard from so many, why haven't you played Wind Waker? I don't want to play Wind Waker because I don't want to play a Zelda cartoon. And I've heard
Wind Waker's fucking crazy.
Wind Waker is fucking crazy and amazing, and it's an essential play. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to play a fucking cartoon.
Other than Melee, that was the best game on the GameCube, in my opinion, was Wind Waker.
See, and to me, Twilight Princess was the best game on the GameCube.
My brother Tommy has played Wind Waker 1,000 times.
Yeah.
All the way through, back and forth.
And that's all I've heard is it's great, and I'm sure it is.
Well, that leads me. I think that this game takes place. It's got to, because I know Wind Waker takes place after Ocarina of Time because everything's flooded. There's the new Deku tree. This one, I think, is gonna. It's 100 years later.
Yeah.
The Doo-Doo tree. It's 100 years.
Where Jordan's broadcasting from.
Yes.
How is it? Have you found the slingshot?
Oh dear.
Oh, we lost Jordan.
Oh boy. Well, anyway. So
That's not good.
Jordan has suffocated in the Deku tree.
He succumbed.
He's run out of all his hearts.
He succumbed to Goma, and he didn't have a fairy. We're gonna have to get on that. But there's the little forest sprites that were in Wind Waker as well. He's talking to what looks like the Wind Waker version of the Deku tree, whatever. The Deku tree.
The Dookie tree.
The Doo-Doo tree. And then there's all the shots of like Death Mountain in the background.
I keep calling it Fuck Mountain because I can't remember Death Mountain.
It's complicated, Death Mountain.
It's interesting that you equate fucking death together, but again,
It's the same part of my brain.
Just another fascinating insight into your psyche. Don't fixate on that.
I do have fixations.
You want to know what bothers me is Link is wearing blue.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have.
He's
a
got
hat.
those turquoise earrings.
Yeah, I want him to wear a green
He
tunic.
has a hat.
No, he
No,
didn't.
he didn't have a hat. He had a ponytail.
Link?
Yeah.
I could have sworn I saw him with a hat on.
No, he didn't have a hat.
all right.
He looked like he was still in his training jam the whole time.
Oh, all right.
But it looks this, and there's voice acting.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's voice acting.
That's very cool.
It looks incredibly story
Gone
driven.
legit.
Yeah, yeah. It looks incredibly story driven.
Yeah,
It's like-
it has to be.
It's almost to the end of the trailer, and he's like, "You have to save my daughter."
Yeah, and then Link is all like beat up, and I like the actual logo for it, the Master Sword. It's stuck through the Z, but it's all banged up and rusty and destroyed looking.
Yeah, they do the quick shot of the Master Sword at the
Whoa.
beginning.
Yeah.
So, some amount of time has passed since the previous Zelda game? What?
100 years.
What?
And then Brian turned into Donald Duck for a second. That's how excited he was. He's Donald Ducking it real bad.
So, okay. So here's the ultimate end of this is that for me is that I won't be buying the Switch, even though Zelda looks good and it is launching with it, which is great. That was the other big news.
Yeah.
That was the
it-
thing. Yeah, that was one of the things that we covered previously was that it wasn't.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
they said it.
They said it
It's not
wasn't.
gonna be ready.
And then it was like, oh, yeah, it is. It's like, okay, all right. Yeah, I mean that they had to, because otherwise, what were they going to fucking launch with? 1-2 Switch and ARMS, and Splatoon 2 maybe.
And fucking the Mario game's not ready till fall. It said
Holiday.
Holiday.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Elder Scrolls Skyrim will launch. But that's a game that's been out for
I think it's
4 years,
6 years.
6 years. Jesus.
I think it's unconscionable that there's not a Mario game ready to go with it.
I agree.
But
I
I
agree.
mean, they have their second biggest franchise from the get go, which.
But
And
But
I think
I do
think
agree
it's
weird.
unconscionable.
it's unconscionable. But I do agree that Zelda Breath of the Wild is way more hotly anticipated than the next Mario game,
Especially because of the,
100% understood.
yeah.
the lukewarm reception that Skyward Sword got, which
Yeah.
it was all right.
Yeah.
It was a pretty game.
no,
That bitch is a sword.
Totally understood. No,
That
totally
bitch is a sword
understood that that clearly the Zelda game's going to sell more.
Yeah.
Totally understood. But
But no, I agree.
it's
I agree.
Nintendo and
It's Mario.
and Mario.
Yeah.
That's the
when
thing.
we go to Nintendo World, it's going to be you're going to see fucking Mario
Everywhere.
first thing.
GameCube launched with Luigi's Mansion.
Still Mario.
Mario World, granted. But
No, it launched with Mario Sunshine, didn't
the
it?
launch title was Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why, yeah.
I thought Mario Sunshine was right there at the beginning.
It might have been, but I know like what was designated as the launch title.
Okay, so
When you bought your GameCube, you got Luigi's Mansion. with it.
I see. Seriously, yeah. Okay. I know that Mario Sunshine was not long after. Anyway, it's gonna sound so stupid, but to me, I'm just gonna wait until the Wii U. Once the Switch is out and the Wii U drops in price, or I get a used one, and then get Twilight Princess HD,
Yeah.
and just play that, and I'll be fine.
I want to get a Wii U. Just it's fun.
I
It's
just
got a lot of fun games. on
Twilight
it.
Princess is one of
I continually
My
look into it, but it's still the price is ridiculous
Yeah.
on it still.
Well, it's because they
Like
got
I'm
it.
not
Once the
not
Switch is
paying
out.
that.
once the Switch is out, it'll drop. But Twilight
People
Princess
still want a lot of money for their Wii, like their used Wii's.
yeah.
Well, I mean, the Switch itself is only going to be 29,980 yen, which is pretty good.
Hey, for yen, that's not a lot.
Yeah,
Especially if you're Swedish.
especially fuck yeah,
The
Sweden.
Swedes get huge deals on yen conversions, apparently.
Yeah, dude, the Swedish currency, which
Oh, boy.
as we
Oh
all
my god.
It's probably
No.
the euro, isn't it?
Isn't it the kroner?
the Swedish
Kronenberg?
currency, which we all know is
The Kronenberg?
the krona.
Oh, the krona. Okay. It was close.
They buy stuff with beer?
With
Mexican beer.
with shitty Mexican beer. Yeah,
Well, they pay in yen and they
Yes,
use Mexican beer.
So Zelda, I'm sure, will be an excellent game. That trailer, I mean, it's a great trailer and shows it off really well. They've added clearly a lot more gameplay, not styles, but features. You know,
yeah. Well, it's
the Apple Pay.
Link uses his tablet.
But
His
no,
rock tablet that has some sort of weird technological advance.
his ability to glide, that looks cool. You know,
That was
I don't know what the hell the thing was where it looked like he was almost fishing, but there was a giant orange glowing sphere at the end of whatever he was doing.
Was he
I don't
holding
know
a magnet?
what the fuck it was, but that looked cool.
Well, then the one thing where he's like latched onto something in the sand and it's pulling him around and he's holding on behind it and he's making the big ice blocks.
Yeah. I mean, it looks really, really cool. You guys will just have to tell me how it is.
Oh yeah, no, I want it really bad.
Right.
Maybe we could do we could play it.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Nintendo.
Yeah, maybe if they just send us one. But somebody, I had read a comment online that was like, I hope all the people that go out and rush to get the Switch initially will free up some of those Nintendo classics so I could get my hand on one of them.
Yeah.
I was like, fair point. Okay, maybe.
All right.
Now comes the time in the podcast when I must ask the all-important question, who would win? We got a good matchup this week.
We got a barn burner,
We got a barn burner. This week we have Deathstroke the Terminator versus Dr. Otto Octavius. Doc Ock.
Doc Ock. I just came up with that.
That was...
Oh, shit.
This kind of freak gets 8 arms, named Dr. Octavius. Shit.
So Deathstroke has the strength of 10 men. Heightened speed, stamina, endurance, and reflexes. He's a tactical genius. He recovers fast. He is a martial artist. He is multilingual. He wields katanas and broadswords and firearms. He has a power staff that fires bullets. He has armor that stops small arms. And the armor also allows him to absorb blows from DC's mightiest beings, including Lobo.
The power staff have a kyber crystal in it, though?
No.
Well!
Meanwhile, Dr. Octopus is a genius atomic physicist. He has a PhD in nuclear science. He is an engineer, an inventor, a strategist, and a leader.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hands.
He has psychokinetic control over 4 electrical, telescoping, prehensile, titanium steel artificial tentacles. Each arm is capable of lifting several tons. He reacts with them faster than normal human appendages, meaning that he could send information to them faster than his arms would be able to move. He is able to move rapidly over terrain, walls, and ceilings, and his concentration is so severe that he could focus each arm into one task individually as they all do a different thing.
Awesome.
So one of them can make coffee while he's strangling somebody else.
And the other can jerk him off, and the other one will right up his butt.
Yeah.
And the other one can play Benny and the Jets on the piano.
Oh, that'd be so sweet.
2 of them would have to do that.
He's disc jockeying a party.
Oh, that or he's...
So...
he looks like Elton John. That was the joke we made.
Yeah. So upon initial thoughts upon hearing their
I think Doc Ock.
Yeah?
I do. I think, Deathstroke the Terminator, he's DC's Cap. He's a super soldier,
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I still think Otto Octavius outsmarts him, and then just with those tentacles, man. Look, I've seen enough hentai to know where this goes. Okay,
Deathstroke is fucked. 6 ways to Sunday.
Andrew,
I agree. I think that Doc Ock would take it because he regularly goes up against someone like Spider-Man, and the arms are strong enough to, if they can hold Spider-Man at bay, who I think his strength maxes out at 25 tons or something along those
lines.
lines.
And they can rip through Spider-Man's webs. And...
Yeah. Plus, like you said, they act before he, at the speed of thought, which is, I think, about how fast Deathstroke can react, I believe. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, if this is just, Twitch thinking, then the arms would probably be faster than that. Definitely higher intelligence.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Doc Ock.
And Doc Ock is a genius. The thing that stops me from giving it to him is that Deathstroke has a lot of weaponry, and Doc Ock doesn't have a lot of armor.
But the tentacles can deflect a lot of shots.
They sure could, but when you're Deathstroke, you have a lot of shots to give.
True.
So, and Doc Ock himself isn't someone who's adept at fighting hand to hand. I mean, he's good with making the tentacles do what he wants, but there's 4 of them.
If he's genius level, he could learn.
He could learn, but this is a
Okay.
toss them together type of situation.
So they just run into each other and then they fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's clearly a threat. I'm clearly, and then they just fight.
Okay, let's do Alfred Molina versus Joe Manganiello.
Like in a fist fight?
In the octagon. Gonna have to give it to Alfred Molina.
Yeah. He's scrappy.
He's
man.
scrappy.
He's kind of doughy. I think that he would take the hit and just kind of hold on to the like Homer when
When he's fighting Smithers.
yes.
No, so officially I will say Deathstroke.
Okay.
Over Doc
And
Ock.
we all know Jordan votes for
Deathstroke.
So
Cool.
Probably, yeah. That's a
all
safe
right.
bet. Yeah.
So another one for the good guys.
Yeah, safe.
Yeah. Well, it's a villain.
We're the good
Right.
guys.
Oh, I see.
No,
what
I was talking about us.
Rob's not. We're the villains in
Yeah,
this,
dude.
really?
Yes.
All right. Whatever.
You got the black hood on.
Yeah.
It's a clear connotation.
Also, just remember we're recording, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I totally. That's the golden area you want to hit when you forget you're recording
Yeah, we're just talking.
and you start saying really fucked up shit.
What did you say that was fucked up?
Nothing yet.
Hi-oh.
We keep going. But yeah, so I give it to Deathstroke.
Okay.
You give it to Doc Ock. Andrew gives it to Doc Ock. Gonna go ahead on behalf of Jordan and say he'd probably give it.
Deathstroke.
Yeah. So
Esquire.
yeah. So I just
You
think that,
lied to me. Sorry, what?
I just think that Deathstroke would probably cut him
Okay.
because if he puts a bullet in Doc Ock's head, it doesn't matter how smart he is,
Okay.
Fair.
and his arms can't stop that. They can stop the bullet, but once the bullet's in his
once
head,
again, I go back to the Neversoft Spider-Man game with Carnage Ock,
Carnage
and it's
Ock.
just one of the most terrifying. And I understand we're not talking about Carnage Ock here, but Doc Ock was part of that. So
his body at least.
God damn, that was scary.
yeah, it was
You couldn't do it. You just had to run.
run and let it explode.
The sound it made.
Yeah,
Damn, that game was awesome.
great game.
This is the third time we've ended a podcast talking about Neversoft Spider-Man.
Yes. Well,
Maybe we could let's play.
good shit's good shit, man.
I was just saying, we've talked about it enough. I think
Maybe, maybe not. Just have to see what the future brings, Rob.
Deathstroke's gonna win. And that's a wrap. So I'm Robert.
I'm Brian, brought to you by MagFest, Disney, and Subway. Eat fresh!
And I'm Andrew.
That's the Brian turned his NASCAR jacket around and found the other sponsors.
And I'm Jordan.
Oh my God!
And I'm Jordan.
And I'm Jordan.
And I'm Man in a Cup.
Man in a Cup!
Yes, that's right. I'm back with a new voice actor.
Oh my God, Man in a Cup! I can't believe they recast
Do we
you.
have to hit to stop it? Can we stop
You
it now?
take to stop it.
Can we just stop the recording?
We're gonna talk about Man in a Cup for more.
Wait.
Who would win? Man in a Cup versus Man in a Cup?
Space
Man in a
bar,
Cup.
Or is it enter or is it
No.
escape? No.
It's none of
What if I
those.
just hit that, pummel it with my fist?
It's Brian. It's this one.
Hey, so that was episode 12. What did you think? Who do you think would win, Deathstroke or Dr. Octopus? How do you feel about the Nintendo Switch? Is there enough currently on the table to make you want one? Do you like the style they've chosen for Zelda Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, ARMS? Does it look too gimmicky, or are you in for all of it? How about our comic reviews? Are you reading Moonshine or Marvel Now's Venom, Manifest Destiny, interested in Justice League Power Rangers? Did we do anything to sway your interest? Do you think the Chips trailer was good? Are you stoked for Alien Covenant? Do you agree or disagree with how Disney and Lucasfilm have planned to utilize Princess Leia going forward? Who do you think Peter Dinklage will be playing in Avengers Infinity War? Excited to see Jon Stewart Green Lantern on film? Excited David S Goyer is writing the script? How about the cast of Star Wars Han Solo? It's gotten increasingly better, but is the cast good enough for you? Let us know. We want to hear from you about all of this stuff. But Rob, however can I get in touch with you guys to express my thoughts and concerns about the topics you discuss? You're asking yourself. Well, you're in luck. You could reach us on Facebook at Pop Culture Shock Headcannon. You could find us on Twitter at PCS Headcannon. You could subscribe to us on YouTube and never miss an episode at Pop Culture Shock Headcannon. You could also email us, and we'll read it during our recording session for the next episode at popcultureshock@gmail.com. But let's say I was a really big fan of you guys and thought, hey, it'd be cool to follow them outside of the world of their podcast. However could I do that? Geez, you ask deep questions, and I have answers to that as well. You can follow me, Robert, on Twitter at Yesball. You can follow Jordan on Twitter and Instagram at Alex Shepard. You can follow Andrew on Twitter at flavored_red and Instagram at skeleton_city_comics. And you could follow Brian as he falls down a large green pipe and winds up in an alternate reality New York City. Follow as he traverses down alleyways and parkours his way between buildings and rooftops. There's mushrooms that make you grow larger, giant turtles, and dinosaurs. Also, make sure you collect as many 4-foot-tall coins as possible. Am I describing a bad trip, or... So that's episode 12. Hallelujah, where's the Tylenol?